Welcome in, Greg Ruff, and joining me is Coach Sam Harris, the men's basketball coach here at Trevecca. Just how many years have you been here?
This is the 22nd fall. So 22 years.
22 years, and this is one of the most interesting schedules that I think you've had in this time, at least this is my 17th year. Pretty interesting schedule as we go into Division II for the first time. Start with the GMAC and the GLIAC Challenge, which will be here at Trevecca just after homecoming.
Yeah, we've got the Conference Challenge, which is new this year for NCAA Division II. You know, there are two games that you get to play that really are kind of like going to the San Juan Shootout or any of the Division I tournaments or tip-off tournaments. So the Division II has instituted a Conference Challenge this year. We've got Maryville University of St. Louis coming in, and Truman State, and then Lake Superior State as well is coming in. Good basketball teams, great basketball teams. I know Truman State's got 4 stars back from last year's team. Maryville lost 3 stars, so it should be a good challenge, good contest. It's the beginning of a great weekend for us, and it's really going to tip off the beginning of our season.
You talk about the weekend. It's really a week. You've got 5 games in 6 days. Are you losing your mind?
I am. It's one of those things where we had the Conference Challenge set, and then we had Belmont set on the following Wednesday, and then at the last second, the Vanderbilt game looked like a realistic possibility for us. And so, our first choice is not to play obviously that many days in a row, or even play on Sunday. But at the same time, it's an opportunity for us to play in the SEC school. I think that was one of the reasons we wanted to go Division II. So we could get more exposure through our athletic programs, and I think this is a great opportunity for us to be able to do that.
It gives you a lot of games around town, not only here at the Trojan Fieldhouse, but in town at Belmont and Vanderbilt. We want people to go to tnutrojans.com and look at this full schedule here. But when we look at it, a lot of home games, and then you start December with Alabama Huntsville here, and then right before Christmas, Kentucky State. Talk about the rest of the non-conference heading into December.
Yeah, I mean, we've always played a good schedule. In some of those polls in the Division II, even before we were full members, our schedule was ranked as one of the tougher schedules. So we've always played good people. We've got Kentucky State. We got St. Joe's on the road. We got Missouri S&T, who's a new opponent this year for us. Of course, we've got McKendree home and home again. I think it's a great blend of conferences that are in throughout the Midwest that we've been preparing for 3 years. We've tried to go out and play some of those people earlier, and we're hoping that this year will prove to be an advantage for us, having we've already been through some of these places.
You mentioned we've been through this for 3 years, but this is the year we've marked, and you guys have a chance now when we get to GMAC play to play in the postseason beyond the conference tournament. Talk about that excitement and just the conference schedule as well, the way it racks up this year.
Well, anytime you can win on the road in any conference, it's going to be determine who's going to win and lose the regular season title. But the 2 games before Christmas, we go to West Virginia, then come back home, and then we've kind of got a bye. If you look at our schedule, we come back in January. We don't start again until like January 10th that weekend. So we've kind of got a bye, so we'll get a chance to regroup after the first semester, and then we're going to go at it pretty hard in conference play. So once we get by that non-conference schedule and we come back in January, in February, everything will be geared towards trying to win the GMAC conference.
It all starts October 15th with practice, and then homecoming on November the 8th here at the Trojan Fieldhouse. He's Sam Harris. I'm Greg Ruff. Find out more on tnutrojans.com.